Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So in today's video we are going to talk about four operations of the polynomial. The four operations are, as we know, addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division. So in this slide we will talk about addition and subtraction. And as you can see, we have included in this slide an example from your textbook. So while solving this example, inshallah, we will get a clear idea about the addition and subtraction. Okay, let us get started. So you can see that two polynomials are given, like p of x is equal to something and then q of x, this is another polynomial and it is equal to something. Then what is the result of p of x plus q of x? That means if you have to add them, then what will be the result? Okay, so here in the table you can see in the p of x, okay, expression in p of x, what is the coefficient of x cube? So in p of x, x cube is here, and with that we don't see a number written. Whenever a number is not there, that means the coefficient is 1. It is already filled up. Okay, and then coefficient of x square in p of x, there is no term of x square, right? So if x square is not there, then the coefficient we will consider to be 0. And here the coefficient of x, that is next. So you can see with x there is -3, so we will write -3 here. And the constant term is the term which does not involve any uh, variable. So here 1 is the constant term, right? So 1. Then we will get to q of x. In that coefficient of x cube, here you can see it is 2, so we will write it 2. And then coefficient of x square, you can see it is -1. Okay, don't forget to consider the sign also, so it is -1. And then coefficient of x, there is no term of x, right? So that is why the coefficient will be 0, and the constant term, it is already filled up 3, and we can see that yes, it is 3. Now sum of the coefficients, so we have to add these two. 1 plus 2, 3, it is already done. And 0 and -1 together they will give us -1. And then -3, 0, it is -3. 3 plus 1, it is 4. Okay, we are adding now. So p of x plus q of x, it will be 3x cube. See what we will do, the coefficient of x cube, right? So x cube is there and the coefficient we have found out to be 3 when we are adding them. 1 and 2 we are adding them, so 3x cube. And then here you can see 0 and -1, they are giving us -1. So we have -1, we don't have to write, and x square because it is the coefficient of x square, right? And then we have x and we have -3 here, so it will be -3x. And the constant term we have 4, so we got 4. Okay, so that is the result of px plus qx. Now what I want you to notice here is that we are adding the like terms. Like terms means, see, x cube and here x cube, they are like terms. Like means similar, so they will be added. So 2x cube and here we have 1x cube, so 2 and 1 together they will form 3x cube. Okay, so not always you have to form the table and then add do the addition. You can do it just by writing, if I want, I can write it in this way: px plus qx equal to, oh, I should have written small q. Okay, let's just make it correct. um, qx, so we will see that like terms we will add. Okay, x cube and 2x cube, so together they will form 3x cube. Okay, good. And then after 3, the power after 3, it comes x square. Okay, so here we don't have any x square term, but here we have minus x square, so minus x square will be as it is. And then after x to the power 2, it will be x to the power 1. So here we have x to the power 1, that is -3. Here we don't have any term of x to the power 1, so it will be -3x only. And then let us come to the constant term, that is 1 and 3, right? So 1 and 3, if we add them, it will be 4. So in this way also, in a single line we can do the addition. This table is just for your better understanding, nothing else. Okay, now let us come to the subtraction. Here you can see that in this line we are subtracting from px, we are subtracting qx. So when we are subtracting, see, p of x, it is 1, and now we are subtracting q of x, 1 minus 2, right? So 1 minus 2, what it will give us? 1 minus 2, that gives us minus 1, right? So here it will be now minus 1, we don't have to write, and then x cube. So minus x cube, okay? And then come to x square. So x square, we have 0, and then from that we have to subtract minus 1. So how to do that? 0 minus minus 1, right? From 0 we are subtracting minus 1, so it will be 0 plus 1, minus minus, it becomes plus, so it is 1. So 1 we don't have to write, we will just write 1 x. If I want to write 1 x square, we will just simply write x square, okay? That will mean that it is 1 x square. And then come to this one, minus 3 minus 0, okay? So if it is minus 3, from that you have to subtract 0. Subtracting 0 means actually we did not subtract anything, so minus 3 will be as it is, okay? So minus 3 in x, so it will be minus 3x. And then constant term 1 minus 3, okay? Remember, we are subtracting now, that is why 1 minus 3. So 1 minus 3 gives us minus 2. 1 minus 3 gives us minus 2, so we will write here minus 2. So that will be the result, okay? Now if I want to do it in a single line, like as I did it here, how can we do it? We can do it in this way. For example, we will write x cube minus it's better to write actually following the power, okay? See, we have x to the power 3, next we have to write x to the power 2, but in p of x you can see that there is no term of x to the power 2, so we will just write 0 x square, okay? Because there is no x square, that is 0 x square. Then minus 3x plus 1, and then we will write q of x. Remember, the one here we have p of x, q of x is being subtracted from p of x, right? So p of x we have to write first, and then as there is q of x, next in the next line we will write q of x. So q of x is 2x cube, then minus x square, then we have to follow the power, right? So 3 2, then x to the power 1, but there is no x to the power 1 here, so we will write 0 x to the power 1, then plus 3. Okay. Now this subtraction you might have learned in the junior classes like grade 6 or 7, so you are quite familiar with it. This is just practice for you. Any of you who might have doubt, after this I hope it will be clear. So whenever we are subtracting, we know that the sign of the next one changes, right? So we will change the sign. So this is plus 1, then there is minus 2. 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2 gives us minus 1, so it will be minus x cube here. And then this is positive x square, and then 0 x square actually does not mean anything. Oh, here I wrote minus 0 x square. Some of you might think that will it be wrong that if I write plus 0 x square? Yeah, plus 0 minus 0, it does not actually matter, okay? Because plus 0 means you're not adding anything, minus 0 means you're not subtracting anything, so that is why it doesn't matter. So here 0, and here we have 1 x square, so it will be square, and then minus 3x, from that we are subtracting 0, so minus if you are not subtracting anything, then it will be remaining as it is, and then plus 1, then this is minus 3, so 1 minus 3 gives us minus 2, so minus 2. So in this way also we can find the answer, and you will get the exactly same answer even if you do in using the table or not use the table. I hope addition and subtraction this is clear. Now let us see a little bit of multiplication and division, how to do it. Multiplication. So whenever we are multiplying, for example, if we have x cube plus 3, and we have to multiply it by x plus 2, okay? So how to do the multiplication? Remember, first with x cube you have to multiply x. So x cube into x, it will give me x to the power 4 plus x, and then it will be multiplied with 2. Okay, so x cube is being multiplied with both of them. So it will be 2x cube. So we are done with x cube. Now we will do it for 3. 3 will be multiplied with x first, so it is 3x, and then 3 will be multiplied with 2 also. 3 2s are 6. So that is our answer. Okay, the multiplication is quite easy, and I hope you already know it from before. Now let us talk about division a little bit, because that is a little bit challenging sometimes. So let us say we have 4x square minus 4, and we have to divide it by x minus 1. Okay, we can write it either in this way, or sometimes you will find it written in your book in this way, that divided by x minus 1. So anyway, the solution process is same. So x minus 1, we will write it here, and then for x square minus 4. Now in the division process, the first thing that you have to keep in your mind, that the first one we have to match it or make it like this one. Okay, x, what I can multiply so that it becomes 4x square. So you can see that the coefficient is 1 here, but the coefficient is 4. So with 1 I need to multiply 4 to make it 4, right? So that is why I will write 4 here first. And then we have x here, but we need to make it x square, like x to the power 1, here x to the power 2. So that means 1x also I need to multiply. So 4x into x, it will give me 4x square, and this 4x, definitely it will be multiplied with this minus 1 also. So if we have minus 1, so minus 1 into 4x, it will be minus 4x. Okay, so now if you are subtracting, you know that we have to do the subtraction here, right? So the sign will be changed here. So plus 4x square minus 4x square, they will cancel each other, and what we have, positive 4x, and then here we have minus 4. Now again you have to check how can you make this x 4x. Okay, you can see that we have x here also, we have x, so we do not need to multiply any x, but coefficient is 1, here the coefficient is 4, so we need to multiply 4 with it, correct? Okay, so with x we need to multiply plus 4. Why plus 4? Because this is positive, here also it is positive, that is why plus x into plus 4, it will give us 4x, and then minus 1 into 4, it will give us minus 4. Okay, so sign change, and you can see that plus 4x minus 4x, they cancel each other, minus 4 plus 4, they will also cancel each other, and the remainder will be 0. So our answer here will be this one, the quotient. If they ask that what is the quotient, it is 4x plus 4, and what is the remainder? Remainder here is 0. Now this was quite a simple one. Now not always the remainder will be 0. Okay, let us solve another one now. Let us say we have 2x square minus 1, and we're dividing 4x square plus 1. Okay, so first you need to check what the coefficient should be multiplied with. Here we have 2, but here we have 4. So 2, I need to multiply at 2 to make it 4, right? That is why I wrote 2. Then x square, it is same. So we do not need to multiply any x. Okay, so 2 into 2x square, it will give us 4x square, and then 2 into minus 1, it gives us minus 2. So when we are subtracting, the sign will be changed. Okay, so for plus 4x square minus 4x square, they will cancel each other, and plus 1 and plus 2, it will give us 3. Now the quotient is 2 and the remainder is 3. Okay, so we saw that not always the remainder will be 0. Okay, then let us solve a little bit more complicated one. For example, let us say we are dividing x cube plus 5x minus 6, and we are dividing it by x minus 1. Okay, so how to do the division? let me erase and make some space here. So x minus 1, then we have x cube. Now you can see that after x cube we need a term of x square, right? If we follow the decreasing order of power of x, we need a term of x square, but there is no x square. So if there is no x square, then what we will do, we write 0x square. Okay, it's better to write in this way, even though we did not follow this in the previous one. But if you write it in this way, then it will be much easier for you to do the calculations. Okay, then we have x to the power 1, that is 5x, and then x to the power 0, that means the constant term. Okay, so always remember what to do. We need to match the first term with the first term. Here the first term is x, and here the first term is x cube. So what you can multiply with x to make it x cube, that is x square. X square into x, it will become x cube. Now x square will be multiplied with minus 1 also. So minus 1 into x square, it gives us minus x square. Then we will do the subtraction. In the subtraction process, what we have to do, the sign change. So plus x cube minus x cube cancel. 0x square plus x square, it gives us positive x square. And then we have here plus 5x plus 5x. Okay. Now check what you can multiply with x to make it x square. Yes, we can multiply positive x. X into x, it will become x square. Then x into minus 1, it is minus x. Okay. Then we will do the subtraction again. Okay. So we'll do the subtraction, change the sign. Positive x square minus x square cancel. 5x plus x, it will give us 6x, and then from here we have finally minus 6. So with x, what you need to multiply to make it minus 6x? X is there, we just need to multiply 6, then it will become 6x. That is why we will write 6 here. So 6 into x, it will be 6x minus 6 into 1 minus 6. It is same, right? So if we do the subtraction, definitely the remainder is going to be 0. So the quotient here that we got is x square plus x plus 6. Okay? So this is the way, by division we can find out both the quotient and the remainder. Both of them are important. In our future videos, we are going to discuss about remainder theorem and factor theorem, where the division plays a vital role. So please try to understand this division process very deeply, and try to practice on your own, because there are some example and individual work or pair work in the book which is given before the exercise. Try to solve them so that you get a better understanding. Okay. I hope you understood. If there is any confusion, then you can let me know through the comment section. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.